Hello, I am Fiona Beckman, the POGO Communications Officer. In this presentation, I would like to talk about the third of POGO's three pillars, outreach and advocacy. We believe that in order to bring about sustainable management of the oceans, many actors working together internationally are needed. The decisions and actions that they take need to be informed by sound science, underpinned by a comprehensive global ocean measurement system. Therefore, POGO plays a role as an outreach and advocacy organisation and aims to communicate with a wide variety of audiences to help them to understand the importance of ocean observations. These include national governments, NGOs, the wider scientific community, and individual citizens. To reach these variable audiences, POGO uses an array of communication approaches, such as those listed here. In the following slides, I will talk about each of these in a little more detail. One of the most visible ways to conduct outreach is by participating in international exhibitions and conferences. Obviously, 2020 was an unusual year, with most face-to-face events either cancelled or moved online due to COVID-19 restrictions. However, over the years, POGO has had a presence at a number of such events, including the AGU-ASLO Ocean Sciences meetings, the Decadal Ocean OBS meetings, and the United Nations Climate Change Conferences, more generally known as COP. POGO secured a side event slot during the COP24 event in Poland in 2018. We worked together with AOSED, an organisation for socio-economic development based in Bangladesh. POGO's contribution to the side event included talks on the OpenMODS, Open Access Marine Observation Devices Initiative, and the NF-POGO Centre of Excellence training programme. The most recent COP, which took place in 2019, was moved from Chile to Spain at the last minute, so activities were greatly reduced. However, the next meeting, COP26, is due to take place in the UK in November 2021, and the POGO Secretariat is already beginning to plan our presence. During POGO's annual meetings, the important issues and trends in marine science are discussed. Frequently, the discussion leads to a communiqué or call for action. For example, at the meeting in Sao Paulo in 2001, a declaration was made on the urgency to enhance ocean observations in the Southern Hemisphere, which were seen to be sparse compared with those in the Northern Hemisphere. This declaration led to a major oceanographic expedition conducted by Japan, a circumnavigation of the globe in the Southern Hemisphere. The most recent statement, the Cabo Verde Declaration, was issued as a result of the POGO 20 annual meeting and called upon governments and funding bodies worldwide to help support development of ocean observations in the developing world. POGO also produces pamphlets and brochures aimed at policymakers and non-specialists to raise awareness about the ocean and the need to observe on a regular basis. Additionally, POGO-led working groups and professional training initiatives have summarised their findings and recommendations in downloadable fact sheets. We also contributed to several white papers for the Ocean OBS 19 meeting and co-authored a number of magazine and journal articles. Since 2003, POGO has also been a strong advocate for ocean observing within the Group on Earth Observations, GEO, which is an intergovernmental group operating at ministerial level. There have been some specific actions and outputs which have included preparing exhibits and videos for the ministerial summits over the years. After much effort to ensure that ministers and GEO made the oceans more prominent in their remit, the GEO Blue Planet task was initiated, led by POGO, to raise public awareness of the role of the oceans in the Earth system, of their impacts, both good and bad, on humankind, and of the societal benefits of ocean observations. The aim is to coordinate the various marine initiatives within GEO and develop synergies between them, and to advocate and advance the establishment and maintenance of a global ocean observing network. POGO participated in the 2013 Galway meeting, which resulted in the production of the Galway Statement on Atlantic Ocean Cooperation. This has also initiated a strong partnership between the Blue Planet and European Commission. The Ocean Communicators United, or OCU, working group falls under the Blue Planet umbrella and is managed by the POGO Secretariat. It is an informal group which provides a forum for its members to share information, expertise, best practices and materials related to marine science communications. Membership is open to anyone who works in marine science communications, from communications specialists at marine research institutions and project managers for regional, international research organisations, through to those involved in outreach, education or ocean literacy programmes. Between them, OCU members have a wealth of experience in communicating with every type of audience: scientists, policymakers, journalists, fund holders, the general public and many more besides. In addition, external media specialists are sometimes invited to engage with the group, for example, to give presentations or advice via the thematic telecons. In the past, OCU has produced guidelines on how to write a communication strategy aimed at marine science organisations. Recently, a new working group was formed on the topic of making outreach easy. This group, involving 6 OCU members, is currently engaged in developing guidance for outreach work. OCU has been working with the IOC UNESCO comms team to help define the networking, engagement and communications tools required to involve key stakeholders in the decade of ocean science. The process began with a web-based workshop consultation meeting in early 2019 to discuss these topics, the results of which fed into the development and implementation of the Decade Communications and Engagement Strategy. The POGO Communications Officer now represents OCU on the Ocean Decade Communications Advisory Group. OceanScape is a joint effort of POGO and GEO Blue Planet to identify the numerous organisations, projects, programmes and other structures working in the ocean space, and to clarify the connections between them, as well as identifying opportunities to make connections where none exist. This web portal is a community effort that aims to serve a variety of stakeholders: the scientific community, who may not be aware of all the initiatives taking place in the ocean space and who could benefit from identifying synergies, new collaborations and avoiding overlap or duplication; NGOs, as well as the private sector, who may be looking for suitable organisations for collaboration; governments and funding agencies, who may not have a clear picture of the oceanscape of organisations, what they are each doing and how they differ from one another. Organisations enter their own profiles and are requested to keep it updated in the years to come. We would encourage you all to visit oceanscape.org to check whether your organisation is listed and, if not, to please add yourselves. POGO promotes the importance of ocean observations to the general public through targeted outreach and educational activities, which help to explain the benefits for society. In 2019, POGO was also involved in a major shipboard outreach initiative conducted during the South-North Atlantic Training Transect, or SONOAT. This floating summer school brought 23 early career marine scientists from around the world to spend a month on board the German icebreaker research vessel RV's Polarstern, as she travelled from the Falkland Islands in the South Atlantic to Bremerhaven in Germany. It was funded by the Nippon Foundation and coordinated by the NF POGO Centre of Excellence at RV. This training cruise provided an excellent opportunity for outreach activities, including Skype sessions, blog posts and social media interactions. Children were invited to engage directly with the scientists on board by asking questions via live Skype links. These sessions involved 13 schools in 5 countries and a climate conference in Germany. It is estimated that these audiences included over 250 school children between the ages of 9 and 18 years. The outreach work didn't stop when the ship docked in Bremerhaven. We saw a ripple effect that continued for months. For example, here in Plymouth, where the Secretariat is based, the project came to the attention of the City Council and STEM community, where we were invited to present to around 50 attendees at the Plymouth STEM Conference. We also had the opportunity to engage with even more young people at the Big Splash event, a 2-day interactive STEM event for school children aged 9 to 13 years. And although in-person outreach opportunities were limited in 2020, in early March, just before lockdown, the Secretariat took part in a local ocean literacy teacher training session in Plymouth. This was part of the Ocean Conservation Curriculum project involving 5 primary schools who are working together to incorporate the ocean and its environmental challenges into the school's new curriculum. Long term, the initiative aims to share the model with other schools across the UK. Over 100 teachers attended the session. POGO's alumni network, NANO, has an outreach component, which includes a platform for sharing and translating outreach materials among its members. Members of the Secretariat are also active in international ocean literacy groups, workshops and events, such as EMSI, EU for Ocean and World Ocean Day. This presentation is just a snapshot of the many ways POGO is working to raise the profile of ocean observing across a wide variety of audiences. If you would like to get involved, here are a few suggestions. Firstly, if your organisation is not already a member of POGO, we invite you to consider joining our global partnership. Secondly, we also invite all organisations working within the ocean space to check out OceanScape.org. If you are not already listed, please consider registering. And for those who are already signed up, please check your entry regularly to ensure your organisation's details and links with others remain current and correct. For individuals involved with communications and outreach activities, we would encourage you to join Ocean Communicators United. You can request membership via the Blue Planet website or by contacting the POGO Secretariat directly. Thank you for listening, and please contact us if you have any questions.